It is your Classic Metal Show right here on your ClassicMetalShow.com. Kicking off the show there, we heard a B-side or a bonus track from Dawkins Erases Slate with Upon Your Lips. And we just heard some Pantera there by Demons Be Driven. And the demons are driving Mr. Aiken to the mic. What's going on there, Chris?
I'm here. I'm ready to do this.
You don't sound like you're ready to do this. You're ready to hit the rack or something.
Nah, I'm getting sick. So.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. But, I didn't want to cancel because God knows, as I saw in the fucking chat room already, we take off more time than fucking Howard Stern.
Really?
So even though I'm getting sick, I'm here to fucking tough out 6 hours.
Well, you know what? You might have to start taking some... I started on a regimen myself. I started taking a new vegetable and fruit supplement. Not a supplement, but actually it's a powder that you mix up in water. It's not a lab powder. It's actually dehydrated vegetables and fruit. And it increases your, your immunities. So
I'd be to try it.
Well, I figure since winter, spring, or fall and winter is coming, I wanted to get on something that, would perhaps prevent anything. Not that I ever get sick anyway, but, I'm always looking out for something new. So I tried it out, and it's actually pretty good. And it's from Brick House Nutrition. And I've been taking it for about 2 weeks, and I actually feel pretty good.
I feel great, baby. Trying to get a sponsorship?
Well, that'd be nice, huh? No, but
here at the Classic Metal Show, we are proud sponsors of Brick House Nutrition.
Right.
The best in natural nutrition.
Just one scoop in a glass of water, and you're set for the day. You get all your vitamins, minerals, fruits, and vegetables all in one drink.
You don't even need to eat anymore. Just take this one supplement with a cup of coffee, and you're fine.
Exactly. So, with you being so prone to catching a virus, you need to do everything you can to, strengthen your immunities.
I do, and I have a bad feeling on this one that this is going to be fucking pneumonia. I feel it. I've had... For people that don't know, that haven't read Call Me Chris, my lungs were burned when I got blown up. And because of that, the scarring and whatnot, there's a portion of each of my lungs that's fucking dead. And it makes me super, super fucking susceptible to pneumonia. I mean, I've had the big needle through the ribs like 7 times now, where they take that big needle. It's literally like the size of a ruler.
Yeah, it's like a turkey baster.
It really is, and they just kind of find a spot in between your ribs, and they just stick it in and suck this green and brown shit out of your lungs, and then you sit around. The worst part is then it takes like 1 or 2 days for it to cycle out of your bloodstream too, like to cycle out of your system.
Yeah.
But because they fucked with your lung, you spend those 2 to 5 next days going, because your lung feels like it just got punctured because, well, it did.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. It is not good, but I definitely feel it like right in the spot where I normally get the I get this same feeling when I get the pneumonia. So
yeah.
Hopefully it's been fucking 80 degrees. If I got pneumonia from an air conditioner, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
You tell the doctor, hey, could you make sure you put a good bandage over that hole, because I wake up in the night with that hole making that noise, kind of like when you blow up a balloon and you hold the end of it, it goes every time I breathe, it weeps.
Oh, dude, even worse with me. It sounds almost like nails on a chalkboard thing. So I'll be laying there on a pillow and I'll hear. I'll be like, oh. Then you wake up, and then you're like, to clear it so that it doesn't make that noise. And then you finally get it cleared, and you go, one good breath, and then the next breath, it's like, ah!
Well, that's no good.
I fucking hate it. for everybody that says, I should do this and I should do that. Look, I'm going through some shit. I just don't complain about it a whole lot. I just deal with it.
Sure, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm always sick.
Well,
always in the winter.
Yeah, well, fortunately, I don't get sick or rarely ever get sick, and but I always try to just stay ahead of it. Always making sure I eat right and take some supplements and keep the immunities intact.
Maybe I should just drink more. Maybe that would do it.
That'll kill off anything.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. I'm not drinking enough these days, so I only got drunk one time this week, so therefore I'm susceptible to being sick.
Well, have you been anywhere? Have you been out and about? Are you in contact with anybody or anything that could make you sick?
The only day was Wednesday. Me and Scotty went and tied one on.
Oh, well, so you went to a filthy bar.
Yeah, I did. Of
yeah,
course.
Okay. Well, there you go. That there's a good indicator right there.
Yeah, went to Sassy's. I'm drinking out of those dirty cups.
Yep.
I'm eating with those fucking forks that have been laying out in the bar all day, just collecting dust.
Yeah.
Those coffee filth and shit all over them. I get it. Just because they wrap it in a napkin. Yeah, that doesn't exactly make it sanitized.
Yeah.
Especially in a dirty bar that probably washes the dishes once every 2 days.
Unless it's wrapped in a Clorox wipe.
Yeah, I mean, literally, you take your fork, you pick off the flakes, and you start eating. It's like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I'm thinking, Wednesday, here you had 48 hours to incubate, and now you're sick today.
Could be.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, but I'm just going to have to be sick because there's no fucking way am I staying in for 6 months or 8 months or whatever. I'm not doing that.
Well, if there's anything you can do to try to stave off the effects, I would hope you would do that.
Well, I honestly think it's just air conditioner. I think it's because I never turn my air conditioner off in my bedroom, and it's been, surprisingly warm this week. Not hot, but warm. And I've just been going back and forth from a 70-degree room to a 85-degree house or outside or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think it's just that back and forth. That back and forth just kind of got into my lungs and, dust and shit from Sassy's and everything else. So is what it is. I'll be all right unless I'm not.
Right. Well, I hope you get better through the week so we don't have to take a week off and, eclipse Howard Stern's time off from doing the show. Yeah, there will be no time off for illness. I'll just come and lay on the council if I have to. You'll just roll a cot up there and then you'll just extend your mic over and point it straight down.
Well, you know what? I mean, I have the desk in the bedroom. I could take that. I've got the mic stand that's like this that just kind of hooks onto something in the bedroom. I've got one of those. I'll hook it onto the edge of the bed. I'll just lay in bed and do the fucking show from bed. Yeah,
you'll just hook the extended mic arm to you'll just put it to the bedside table.
Right, exactly. And I'll put the camera on top of it so that it's got me. Good enough. That's what they want instead of a pre-record. Yeah. Why have a good show when you can have us just fucking phoning it in? So that's what you fuck faces want. I'll be happy to just phone it in for you.
Right. There you go.
How's that? Anyway, so what's going on?
Too funny. Well, the same old stuff. I mean, we are going into the the fall months, and I see the change happening, especially when I'm on my way home. I see the sun is already starting to go down early, and it's just like, right, man, it's that time of the year. I hate it. So I'm just trying to kind of gear up to where I could be active in the house, so because of not being able to get out and, a little bit. And try to get into a different mind frame and a new regime, and try to work that out so I don't get that winter blues. Because winter is just, for me, it's just terrible. Always has been.
Yeah, it's not. Not a fun season at all. It just, why have both of us not just moved somewhere hot? We both hate fucking winter. We both hate it.
Yeah.
There's neither one of us is like, you know what? That first snow of the year is no. Fucking hate it.
Oh, look, it snowed on Christmas Day. It's magical.
Yeah, how sweet. Fuck you, chicks. Just fuck off with your fucking dreams of a white Christmas. You know what? Take a load of jizz in your eye and fucking open it. That's all the white you need on Christmas, you bitch. Shut up.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Ugh. Yeah. So I'm trying to put myself in a good space mentally wise. So to see if I could keep the winter blues or the thought of the winter coming from depressing me, because I just hate being depressed. I just try to, and again, I've been taking that new supplement, and actually it makes me feel a little bit better about stuff. I take that as soon as I get up in the morning, and seems to get me going through the day and don't even think about it.
Well, I'd be willing to try it. I mean, I'm up for anything these days, because I do not want to be. I don't have time to be fucking sick right now.
Sure.
I really don't, because I won't take care of myself. Let's just be real. I'm not gonna stop working. I'm not gonna lay in bed and get healthy. I'm gonna work right through it and stay sick for fucking 6 months instead of a week. So, I might as well try a supplement or try something, because I do not need, even right now. I mean, it's what is it outside? 75 degrees or something?
Yeah,
and
well, here it's like 78. Yeah.
I am fucking dying of sweat right now. I'm gonna look like I ran a marathon or something by the end of this fucking show. But whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, I was thinking about our upcoming events next month in October. I see that we're already, what's today, the 21st already?
Yes.
So this month is just about shot, and we got a couple of things coming up in October that we're gonna do, especially at the end of the month with the art exhibit.
Right.
And already I've gotten people saying, yeah, I'm going to be there. Even our pal Sal said he was going to make the trip from Chicago to be there to support the show, man.
Is he also going to be there to keep requesting faggy songs?
Well, I don't know about that, but, Sal said he was going to be there. And I have been working with our girl, Kendall.
Yes.
She's a graphic designer. And I've asked her to do a graphic design for me because people have been asking for quote-unquote Neely-style shirts. That would be the gasoline attendant style shirts that I wear, the button-down shirts. And I'm in development of a graphic, a logo for that, and working on that. So we'll see if we could possibly have that available at that show.
Yeah. That design you sent me looked pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, there's some changes I've made, some requested changes, not a whole lot. I mean, as far as the logo or the graphic is concerned, that's perfect. I'm just changing a couple of small things in the lettering and maybe some of the shading, but that's about it. So that graphic, I know that you said it was a very strong graphic, and I'm really pleased with what she did with that. Right. So for those of you who've been asking for new or different merch, it's in development.
Just in time for Christmas.
Yeah, well, you're going to release your book. I'm going to release a new shirt.
Oh, maybe we might have to tag team this.
Yeah.
We might have to get a shirt and a book for only.
Yeah, there you go.
$50 or
exactly.
Whatever it would be.
Yeah, do a package deal.
Yeah, why not?
So I'm gonna have a limited run of the shirts to begin with, just to see how they go over and see if people dig them or not. And then if there's a demand for them, I will have more made in time for Christmas.
There you go, nice.
So that's kind of the plan. So if things go well, and our good friend Sammy Lee, who does all of our printing, if he's able to get the shirts in production and whatnot. Our appearance at the art exhibit at the end of October, I will try to have some available in case anybody, would like to buy one or two.
Brian from Texas says he wants 6 of them.
Well, he hasn't even seen them yet, so he's going to have to just cool his jets there. But I think he's going to be pleased. I think most people will be pleased.
I said it to you. I think I do not want to change the Rex logo under no circumstance.
No.
But I think that it's stronger than the Rex logo. I think Kendall did an amazing job. She did.
She did an absolutely amazing job. And when you see how it's going to get all dressed out, I think you're going to dig it as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to use it like in our day-to-day shit without diminishing the Rex logo.
Exactly.
And I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I'll figure something out. Maybe it'll be like the official logo of the podcast or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But I want to use it. I want to show it. I definitely want to show it, but you got 25 years invested in Rex.
Yeah, well, this is still Rex. It's just a new updated version.
This is Tex.
Yeah, could be. So what I was talking about there, Saturday, October, what is that, the 28th or the 26th? Yep, October 26th. This is called the Reigning Rock 50 Years of Cleveland Concert Photography, and this is taking place in Cleveland at 1300 West 7th Street with our good friend Joe Cleon.
78th Street. The graphic that you're looking at is wrong.
Oh.
It's 78th Street Studios on 78th Street.
Oh, I gotcha. So you gave me the wrong shit.
Of course I did. That's why I'll take the heat for that one, folks. It wasn't Neely doing a bad read. It was me making a shit graphic, okay?
So, all right, it's the 78th Street Studios. And this thing takes place from noon. That would be 12 p.m. to 6. Mm-hmm. So you got 6 hours to come out there and check out the art, and you can buy some stuff, and we're going to have special appearances by members of Breaker and Hate and Sleep Lord and Shock Paris and Destructor and Wretch and Sunless Sky, and our good friend Randy Trask and the Buds will be making an appearance.
He will be, and he's working on something special, he says.
All right.
I had a chat with him today. Of course, Randy being Randy. So, what can we look for in the way of backline? I'm like, dude, backline?
This isn't a concert.
It's an acoustic set that you're going to play like 2, maybe 3 songs at.
Yeah, you're going to sit on a stool, and you're going to strum a guitar, and you're going to wail into a mic, and there's going to be a PA, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, but he says he has something special for the CMS fans, and he is working up Roller Coaster Acoustic, and he's getting me the words this week so that I get them right. And I will probably get up and do Roller Coaster with Randy. So a Chris Aiken singing exclusive.
Exactly. So if you're gonna be there, come on out. Again, it is on Saturday, October 26th. So that gives you about a month and a week to plan.
Yeah, lots of bands coming out. I mean, you listed, 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever, but there's a lot more that have already committed. I know Alethi is coming out. Mm-hmm. I know Mark Hunter from Chimera is coming out. Jeff Hatrix from Mushroomhead is coming out. So, there's going to be a lot of Cleveland bands that are going to be representing. So, and I have a feeling that as we get closer and the word gets out about it, even more bands are going to, maybe stop in kind of unannounced. So, I don't know what the broadcast is going to be. Like me and you, I'm sure we're just going to be grabbing people and talking to people and stuff, but should be fun, man. I think it's going to be a fun time. And, Joe's art and Anastasia's art is top shelf. So bring some money, you cheap fucks, and buy some art while you're there, because the art is really worth having on your wall. And even if you don't buy art, though, you can see us, and you can buy a new Neely shirt.
Yeah, if they're available in time.
Yeah, well, they'll be ready. Sammy's not going to be a total douche. He'll have.
So anyway, that's coming up, and for those of you who are in the Akron, Cleveland area already, and you aren't necessarily traveling in, Chris and I are going to go to the Akron Civic Theater. I believe you're going, right, on Thursday night? Yeah. Are you going?
For the Dockin thing?
Yeah, the Dockin Lita Ford.
Yeah, I might get there for Dockin.
Oh, well, again,
Is Dokken the headliner?
They are the headliner.
Oh, then I'll ask John what time they're
So, anyway, we're going to go to the Akron Civic Theater, so we'll be down there. So if you want to maybe catch us down there, we'll be there. And Chris and I will be doing some local Cleveland radio on Friday. We'll be with our good friend Bill over there at the Metal on Metal show, and Tony Webster over his Metal Command show.
Yes.
And so we'll be doing some local radio, doing some press for the Raining Rock event, and you might maybe talk a little bit about what we've got going on, whether it's Chris's new book or we'll see. And so you can tune in to listen to that, and then Saturday, as I said, we'll be out there at the 78th Street Studios, and we'll be out there all day. And
right.
So it'll be a CMS week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be, dude. Me and you have not done anything like this in a long time.
It's been a long time.
You're here the Saturday before too.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there for a wedding, and then my nephew is getting married, so I'm going to be there for a wedding, and then you and I are going to go to Tom Kiefer that night.
So mark your calendars, people. It will not be a live show on October the 19th. Not a live show on October the 19th. Again, not live. October the 19th. Not live.
Did you get
or
that?
The 26th. Or the 26th.
Well, yeah, I mean, 26th, you got to come out to see us live.
Yeah.
As far as the normal time slot show, you're going to get the show that we recorded during the day at the Raining Rock show.
That's right. For all you lazy fucks and people that are far away, that can't get to Cleveland, we will broadcast from 9 to 3 on the 26th. But it will be the show that we recorded from noon to 6.
Right, exactly.
So there. But again, October 19th, not live.
So for those of you who will tune in on October 19th for the not live show, you can keep Jackal company and comment on his pictures in there, his deep purple pictures.
Very nice. The question is, will we bother doing a pre-record?
I don't know. Oh, is it worth it?
I don't know. People bitch about everything. Maybe we will. I don't know. You know. Speaking of recording stuff, though, we'll make that determination closer to the date. But you know what we're doing this week, which is going to be fun. We're actually, me and you are going to do something for the CMS TV, which we're grossly lacking on, doing independent content.
Okay.
For the CMS TV. Guess who we're doing it with?
I don't know.
It's one of our friends. It's a close friend that just promoted us.
Razor Fist?
Razor Fist.
All right, very good.
I was chatting up Razor Fist on Twitter, and I just threw it out there, and he's like, yeah, any fucking time, dude.
Yeah, well, let's do something with Razor Fist, and then we're going to have Razor Fist hook us up with Styx.
Yeah.
Because he and Styx are buds, so he can vouch for us and say, hey, these guys are okay.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a summit at some point. Razor Fist, Styx, and Jericho.
That'd be great.
That would be awesome.
That would be fun.
The only bad part about it is, what do they need us for?
Well, that part is true.
They don't need us to do something cool.
That part is true.
They would do just as good without us. Be fun, though.
It would be fun. I know that you got a good laugh out of Jericho's post this morning.
Oh, I was crying laughing at his shit today, dude. Oh, my God. He was, I always watch. I watch his videos every day, and they do make me laugh sometimes, and he makes great points a lot of the time. But God damn it, today he was cracking me up. And for all of you that are complaining about how I say things, fuckity fuck.
If you don't like my language, you can start your own YouTube channel and use your Fisher-Price verbiage.
Your Fisher-Price verbiage?
Yeah.
So great, man.
I like the fact that he was really, really capping hard on Chicago.
Oh yeah, I love that.
And the nonsense that goes on here, and the fact that the media just totally disregards it. Like, oh yeah, that never happened.
He said, "Hey, Mayor, why don't you use your gay magic powers and fix this?"
Use your magic powers, because that's the first thing you told us about yourself, that you're an openly gay, first openly gay woman mayor. So that must make you do your job better. So why don't you use your gay magic powers and fix all this?
That shit was funny.
That was funny.
My God. I laughed through the whole thing, man. It was, I'll say it's Jericho's best video to date. I was cracking the fuck up.
Well, I do watch it every day as well, and I got a good laugh out of that. And Jericho, when he gets fired up about something, that's when he's at his funny. It's kind of like you, when you get really fired up about something and really fucking pissed off about something, that's when you just let it fly.
Well, lucky for you and the fans that happens every week, because I'm a fucking hair trigger.
Well, that's why I always bring those stories to the table that I know that'll absolutely drive you nuts.
That's why every single week it's, hey, look at this, another gay rights issue. Guess what, Chris? What do you think of that?
So good.
Hey, look, another social justice story. Chris, what's your comment?
Exactly. So, all right. Well, anyway, good things in store. I mean, we're trying to, between doing normal work and normal jobs and earning money and paying the bills and, keeping our websites and things up and running and, keeping the income flowing in order for you to have a free show.
Free!
We do what we can here.
Yeah. Did you see that I started uploading the videos of the audio of the show to Vimeo this week too?
I did not check that out.
Dude, I am so convinced that we are right on the cusp of losing fucking YouTube.
Well, we're gonna talk about that a little bit tonight. I do have some subject material about. I mean, okay. we talked about this about a year and a half ago that it's coming. The censorship is coming. The shutting you down is coming, and people just done. Oh, that's not happening. Oh, yeah, you're overreacting. Well, more and more and more. I mean, even the most active content creators out there are really, really taking it in the shorts.
Well, I can tell you this from the CMS this week. You posted 6 podcast episodes, I believe, this week.
I believe it's 6.
And we had 2 that were reduced to limited monetization. Not that matters, but we had 2 that were reduced to limited and 4 that were demonetized.
Of course. Because, language and subject material is just too dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we had 1 pulled this week.
Oh, we did? Which one was that?
It was from years ago, like for literally years ago. I forget.
This just basically goes back to exactly what we were talking about last week about applying today's standards to yesterday's actions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So something we did years ago just doesn't fly today, so it gets pulled.
Yeah. So it was pulled for violating their standard and not letting people feel safe, not providing a safe environment for fucking people.
Safe.
Looking it up. Safe. What's unsafe about words?
Where we've got to reach through the screen and choke somebody out if they watch that video.
Or maybe we have to go the other way. Let's not assume the worst. Maybe what we're supposed to do is reach through the screen and pat them on the head and tell them it's okay.
Yeah.
Since we didn't do that, that's why it was banned.
Well, I saw that Mark Dice, he was talking about all the censorship going on this week and all the purge going on. And there was a picture of our girl Caitlin Bennett and Millie Weaver at the gun range. They were at the gun range just, doing some target practicing. And because it was part of a YouTube video, they pulled it because it wasn't safe.
Oh, yeah, it's scary.
These two petite chicks shooting guns at a gun range, it got pulled because it's just too dangerous.
Yeah, very scary.
It sends a bad message.
Yeah, it's too much for people to handle.
What kind of a world do we live in?
A fucking faggoty pussy world.
Oh my God. What is this? I mean, everywhere you go, there's got to be a pillow attached to everything. So don't get a bruised knee.
Yeah.
Don't hurt yourself there.
Yep. Take it easy. Okay. The video that we had that was pulled was, is being transgendered a mental disorder?
Oh, the horrors of it all. The horrors of it all.
Yeah. You asked a question.
Yeah. Well, apparently you're not even allowed to ask that question now.
Yeah, apparently not. So that was taken off of YouTube.
Okay, so that was totally removed.
That was totally removed. And then we had 2 that were limited as far as what monetization could be. So basically they're not going to make any money. And then we had 4 that were absolutely demonetized and can never generate any revenue.
No revenue for you, pal.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah. Well, even the most safest of content, in my opinion, is Mark Dice, because he doesn't even use, any, as Jericho Green says, any strong language or curse words. And just about everything he posts on a daily basis automatically gets demonetized because it's Mark Dice.
Right. Yeah, well, I think that's kind of the deal with us now, too. I don't think we're all the way to demonetized yet, but we're definitely considered risky.
Yeah.
Because I looked at it, and in the last month, we have exactly one thing that is still, the colors are green, yellow, or gray.
Okay.
And green is obviously full monetization. Yellow is warning, and gray is just grayed out.
Right.
We have, in the last month, we have one video that has been green, and that was the interview that I did with the guy from Crash Diet.
Okay.
Which is, I think, 11 minutes long. It's like the smallest video we did of the entire month, and it's the only thing that got through because there's no cussing or anything.
Of course.
And the guy was less than a good interview, so it was a lot of, there's a lot of that going on in the interview. So, but yeah, everything else is risky to banned.
Oh boy. Well,
but they'll still leave it on their platform to take hits.
Of course.
They'll still take the hits.
Well, alternative media, my friends, alternative media. So join us on Vimeo and Gab and Minds and BitChute.
Any one of them. We're on all of them. And I started thinking about it, and I was like, Vimeo we're already paying for it. And we're allowed to upload, I think, 20 gigs of content a week, and we're not even doing half of that.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put the audio versions on the Vimeo site as well. And the reason is because the one problem that people have said to me or complained or bitched about with BitChute is that it doesn't have an app. And for some reason, that's important to people. They can't figure out on their smartphone that you don't need an app. You just go to the website. But
okay.
I digress. It doesn't have an app. So Vimeo has an app. And Vimeo's app works on Android, and it works on iPhone, and it works on smart TVs, and it works on Roku, and Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. It works on everything. So I figured that's probably a good place for us just to have a channel. That way all these people that can't go to BitChute because, God forbid, their phone, they might have to open the internet and make a bookmark. I know that's hard, but I have to provide it easier than hitting a bookmark.
Yeah.
So I put it on something that has an app.
Right.
So if you go to Vimeo, if you put the Vimeo app on whatever device you want, and you just look for the classic metal show, all one word, you will find our channel, and you can get your shit. You can get your freebies there, as well as you can get your purchases there as well. So
very nice. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's John. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, John?
Real quick, I wanted to throw something out there about this topic, censorship, and relating it to that segment last week about the T-shirt, like LAPD, we treat you like a king. Like I was listening to that today, and I heard it last week, but it kind of dawned on me that perfectly to your guys' point, the shirt. I mean, people are so into being offended and butthurt and getting their pussies all tied in a knot about anything and trying to find a fucking cause, that these morons didn't even realize that the shirt wasn't making fun of Rodney King. It was making fun of the police. It was basically saying the LAPD beats the shit out of people. But they're like, oh, that's racist because it mentioned Rodney King. I'm like, you can't. What the fuck? You got it all backwards. So I'm so surprised that these people didn't even fucking notice that. I mean, that lady's apologizing, and I didn't know what it meant. Like, well, it meant that the cops tuned people up. It didn't mean that, it wasn't about fucking, making fun of Rodney King.
Well, congratulations, John. You just demonetized the segment for us.
I know you guys are so hurt about that. Are you now shocked and offended?
No, I depend on that.
Apology.
Chris depends on that income for his beer money. Why do you think he's sick? He hasn't had enough beer this week because YouTube has cut our income down. Now he can't afford any beer, and he's getting sick over it.
I'm going to have to bring over a case for him since I just fucked him. What was that?
Hey, John, can we talk about your gig that you played tonight, or do you not want to talk about that?
No, that's fine. Go for it, man. That was the most
you're on the
thing
phone.
I've ever
Can I put a photo? I won't let you explain it, but can I put a photo in the chat room?
Yeah, the one I sent you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put that in the chat room.
That was
Neely, you have to hear this. I'm gonna step back and let John just take over for a minute. John, please tell Neely about your gig that you just played tonight.
Oh my God, this was so we were playing in Paulding, Ohio, Neely. I know you travel all the roads, so I don't know if you've ever been to Paulding, Ohio.
I know where Paulding is.
Yeah, it's like a 2-horse town basically. So we roll in, and it's at a campground / fairgrounds, and it was basically, literally, just a giant fucking swap meet. I mean, we're walking around, and there was literally somebody that, for sale, had a big milk crate full of rusted old doorknobs.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit that was, oh my God. And I mean, these people, there was musical acts kind of sprinkled all over the place. We were on the quote-unquote main stage, which was the back end of a flatbed trailer truck. And they had these acoustic acts that were set up. I mean, it's the picture that Chris is putting in the chat room for benches for people to sit on. They had giant bales of hay. And, I mean, it was the most hillbilly-ass thing I've ever seen. I mean, it was crazy.
Well, but for those people who go to those things, that's just normal country fair type stuff. They don't find anything bizarre or odd about that because that's the big time. That's big time Saturday night out.
Well,
look at that photo I just put in the chat room, Neely.
I mean,
holy shit!
They paid the big time. We didn't even play 2 hours, and they paid us $2,500.
Well, there you go.
So I know
that looks like the set of Hee Haw.
It really was. And it was everywhere you look. It was just crazy. I was like, what is this? We've played some janky hillbilly type stuff because the cities we play in are pretty rural at times. But this one took the cake. I was like, Jesus Christ! It was crazy. So
what does that sign say on the stage? Hoedown social tonight or something?
I think so, because there was like a girl playing acoustic, and it looks like the front of like an old like shack and out on the frontier.
Yeah, it's the Beverly it's the Beverly Hillbillies' old house.
That's exactly what it was. Wagon wheels everywhere, and oh god, it was like the highlight of the festival was roasted ears of corn dipped in butter.
Ooh.
So very delicious, but it's they coming from Cleveland, it's a food town. Apparently, Paulding is not a food town, so it was a little bit weird. But yeah, it was. I mean, they must have had like 15 teeth between them. We talked to some people after the show, and man, they had summer teeth going on so bad. They were super nice, like thanks for playing and everything. But I'm looking at their teeth, going, Jesus Christ, this town doesn't have a dentist, do they? Wow. So it was. Like I said, good payday, but it was odd. It was very laid back crowd, so it was hard to get any energy out of them. It was, But I mean, you are right. I mean, I was in an argument this week with a bunch of hillbillies about this thing that happens at one of their county fairs. They call it an animal scramble, and these kids run around with like piglets and chickens and tackle them, and like pick them up in the air by one leg and jump on them. And this kid's like, yeah, I caught my chicken by stomping on it. And these hillbillies are like, oh, that's not animal abuse. They're fine. The animals love it. They're not terrified. Meanwhile, there's like pictures of this thing with this kid holding a piglet up in the air by one fucking leg. It's like, you think that's not hurting the thing? And they just, it's completely normal. I'm like, okay.
Well,
but anyway, yeah. Sweet piggy, holler and swaller. So, anyways, I just want to throw that in about the T-shirt and everything, so I'll let you guys get back to it. Hail and kill, hand job. Fuck you, pal.
There goes John. Wow. Coming back from the hoedown.
Dude, he sent me that picture a little earlier. I was like, what in the fuck are you doing? It reminded me of a story Billy told me once about playing the Sausage Fest or something.
Okay.
And Billy, and this was with Warrant. It's one thing if it's a cover band. It's another thing if it's a national touring band. But they played some kind of sausage festival, and it was the same kind of thing. It was inside a barn, and sitting on hay, and they pulled cars up around the back end to light the stage. And Billy was like, what the fuck is this? I'm in a touring band, and this is what I get. I get car lights for stage lights.
Yeah.
I guess when you're not set up for it, you do what you got to do. But, oof.
Well, that's what they do over here at there's a small town over here called Hobart, and every year they have the JC's Fest over there.
Okay.
And they bring in 2 flatbed tractor trailers and they park them side by side, and that's the stage.
Right.
And then they rope off the parking lot at the grocery store there where this thing is held. And they turn it into, quote unquote, a beer garden.
Okay.
And then they bring in acts like LA Guns, and they had LA Guns there, and they had Bullet Boys there once, and they had Warrant there one time, and it's basically just a roped off part of the parking lot with flatbed trailers for the stage, and some vendors out there selling beer, and they've got some picnic tables and some folding chairs out there, and that's it.
Right. I've only been to one of these real janky shows like this. This was a long time ago now, probably 15, 18 years ago. It's back when I was on MMS. And you probably remember this, the fans won't, but do you remember how for, I don't know, like a 3-year period, the thing around Cleveland music was that they were shooting independent movies in town, and they were asking all the Cleveland bands to be in, like, to provide music for the soundtracks. Do you remember this?
Yeah, just vaguely.
Well, somehow Matt and I, with the metal show, got involved with one of these things as like the official sponsor of the music of some bullshit movie that to my knowledge, never even got made. But they arranged it to have this show, and they had us put it together, a show to raise money for this movie. And so we put together a show, and it was Gear or Girth. Girth was the headliner, and this band called Mojo, which the girl Jackie is now in Mushroomhead and Unsaid Fate and whatnot, and it was her and her brothers and whatnot, and it was kind of like a Fish type of a band. It was, it was odd, but we put them on it.
They were like a jam band.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. They were like before Girth, and then somebody else. I don't remember who the other band was. So this place was way the fuck out east, like past like East Lake and Paynesville and all that other shit. I mean,
all right, going out toward the PA line on the coast,
yeah. Right?
Like Geneva on the lake, way out there.
Somewhere out there at some dumb campground. So we get there, and we ask for directions for the stage, and they point us over to it's an old, like a covered wagon.
Okay.
The cover's been taken off it, but the wheel it still has the big stupid wheels on it, and but then it's like a flat thing. And that's the stage. And then there's probably 10 sheets of I don't know, what do you call it? Just like wood that they would use for a roof.
Yeah, plywood?
Yeah, just plywood panels, big plywood panels that are set in front of this so that's where people will dance or stand or buy. Whatever they're going to do. So we look at this and we're like, what in the fuck? So Girth gets up and they're so used to it because they're a local band. They're used to playing anywhere. Wherever you say to play, they'll play as long as they're getting their check. So they get setting up on this thing, and they do their sound check. Well, as they're doing their sound check, this fucking thing is just rocking back and forth, but not the way it should be with the wheels, like against the wheel.
All right.
Because they're hitting the drums and stuff and playing, and this thing is just shaking and shaking. And I when they came off, Angry Pat, who was the guitar player, comes to me and goes, "What'd you think?" I was like, "Dude, that thing is gonna fucking collapse." And he's like, no, it's not gonna collapse. It'll be fine. So get moving toward the show. First band plays, no real issue. The second band plays, they're kind of a jam band. So there's not really a lot of motion. And when it did come to that, Jackie and the guitar players kind of jumped off and they jumped off this covered wagon, and they were just kind of playing and singing on the ground, like almost like they were scared to be on this stupid thing. So finally it gets time for Girth to play. They get up there, and Girth was a heavy band. They were in that like Pantera-ish style.
Okay.
So they're playing their asses off, and they're playing, and then all of a sudden, you hear, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? The fucking thing rocked so far back that the drums flipped over, and the drummer fell off.
Nice.
He fell right off the back end of because he had his stool like right on the back end of this thing. And he fell off, and the drums fell back with him, and some of them on top of him and stuff. It was the funniest fucking thing I'd ever seen. And even though he got all bloodied up from the drums hitting him in the face, we laughed about it.
Nice.
It was funny as fuck to see. I wish there was video of that, because he just poop right off the fucking back.
Yeah. Well, it's really funny that when, people who are, they want to put on a show, and they're not professionals, and they have zero experience. It's funny the accommodations that they think is adequate.
Yeah.
And you go, well, where's this and where's that, and how are we going to do this? And they just look at you like, I don't know what you're talking about,
Yeah. It's always funny because they just think that you plug into something and play.
Exactly.
What do you guys need? I gave you a surge protector. What else do you need?
Well, that just reminds me. It's already been it's been like 11 years, almost 12 years already that we did that thing out there at Nelson's Ledges.
Oh yeah.
And we made it work. We broadcast live out there wirelessly across a park.
Yeah. Well, we made it work because you crawled up on the top of a building,
a tool shed,
like a fucking carpenter or a roofer or something. You're climbing up to set this thing up high enough to catch an internet signal.
It's the funniest goddamn thing. I rolled out 100 feet of Ethernet cable, ran it up the side of a tool shed building, and I mounted a wireless router on top of a building so our laptop computers that we were broadcasting from would make a wireless signal so we could broadcast live, and it actually worked.
It worked. That was the crazy part, is it did work. That was a goofy festival. There were so many goofy things about that, whether it was the drunk guy that we discovered
at the end,
or me trying to get Scotty's kid, who was like 3 at the time, to swear on the air.
Right. And of course,
that all going on.
And our good friend Red and Jerry actually made the trip down.
Yeah, they drove in from Wisconsin into that fucking disaster, and they were like, "What the fuck is this?"
But we did it. We broadcast live. We made it work, and you actually got up on stage and sang with that. Who did you sing with? Did you sing with
Battery?
Yeah, I think so. You were up there singing a Metallica song.
I sang Enter Sandman with Battery, or whatever they were called, Disposable Heroes. I don't remember.
I think it was Battery. It was Battery.
Yeah. But yeah, I did. They had me come up, and I got up there and sang Enter Sandman.
Yeah, it was sort of like a cover fest type thing where bands came in and did cover songs. There was like a Megadeth tribute band, wasn't there?
There was a Megadeth, there was a Motorhead, there was I forget who the others were. There was obviously the Metallica one. It was a bunch. It was like all day. It was all tribute bands all day, I think, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, it was definitely different for sure. I mean, there was at one point though, even before we got started, because you just have very low tolerance if things just aren't working right. You were ready to just trash the whole thing and walk out of there.
Yep.
Even before we got started. Just fuck this.
I'll just climb up on top. You were like, I'll just climb up on top. I'm like, fuck this. Fuck this. Let's just go home. Let's just leave. Fuck this. I have no patience for that shit.
I know you don't, but yeah, it was definitely a different thing for us to do it, but we made it work though, and that's the important part.
That was and it was a fun time. We did have a fun time.
Yeah, we did. Good shit.
Yeah, it is. Oh. And no looks. I don't play drums anymore. My last hurrah was that awful performance at that Gatlin birthday party show.
Well, I think that was you were attempting to play bass at that one.
I tried drums too. So I'm told. I'm told that I was trying to drum as well. I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. I'm not playing drums. The bottom line is, no, I do not play drums anymore. I've accepted that I'm a failed musician, and I've moved on to vocal. That is. Now I'm a singer in a Finnish band.
Yeah, pal. Fired. Yeah, you were fired for that.
I was fired by Jan Patrick, apparently.
What happened? What happened to him? He just sort of disappeared.
He got mad at me. And quit coming to the show.
All right.
He was one of these guys that would fucking. I'll tell the story. I don't care. He would message me on stupid fucking Facebook. And he had nothing else to do all day long. So he'd be messaging me, and I wouldn't message him fast enough. And and so then he started being a cunt about it. He'd message me, "Hey, did you work on that song?" And then I'm in the middle of doing my goddamn job. 2 minutes later, "If you're not going to fucking answer me, then let's just stop talking." Like, you know what? And finally I said, "You know what, dude? Fine. Let's stop fucking talking. Don't fucking message me." And I blocked him from everything except for the CMS shit.
Right.
But but he didn't want to show his face, I guess, in the CMS chat. So, so whatever. But, I recorded 2 songs with Jan. They're on Spotify.
Well, they just come and go, don't they?
They do. Yeah, they definitely do. Look at Sicky Nicks in the chat room. Failed comedian, too. I never tried comedy. I've never tried comedy.
Well, you're a failure at this show, pal. You're not very funny at all.
Yeah, but you're still listening, so fuck you.
Yeah, pal. All right, well, I'm going to take a short break here.
All right.
I got a request here from Chuck Stout. He said he says he was wondering if we would play his unofficial theme song. I think this is something that most of us can relate to, especially if you listen to this show.
Okay.
He wants to hear some Wrathchild America.
Okay.
Surrounded by Idiots.
Nice. Good.
All right, well, we're going to play a couple of tunes. We'll be back, and we'll do some more stuff. So here it is. It's Wrathchild America exclusively here
on your classic metal show.